Since the tragic terror attacks on September 11, 2001, NATO countries have been engaged in Afghanistan under directions by the UN to, as previously stated, prevent the country from ever becoming a safe haven for terrorism. They have used multiple types of conflict resolutions, such as armed force and preventative force. Since 2003, all military operations are led by NATO. All members of NATO and partner nations contribute troops to the International Security Force in Afghanistan, known as the ISAF. ISAF's main mission was to train the Afghanistan National Security Forces and assist Afghanistan in rebuilding key government institutions. ISAF was also engaged in the war against the Taliban insurgency. At first, ISAF was to secure the city of Kabul and the surrounding areas from the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and other groups, to allow for the establishment of the Afghanistan Transitional Administration, which was a temporary administration to start the creation of a new republic in Afghanistan. After this, the UN decided to expand ISAF and its mission. From this point until 2014, ISAF worked to secure more of Afghanistan and rebuild the government. ISAF came to an end in 2014. In 2015, the responsibility for security in Afghanistan was transferred to the Afghanistan National Defense and Security Forces. A new NATO mission called the Resolute Support Mission, or RSM, was created in order to further assist Afghanistan National Defense and Security Force. This mission is ongoing and focuses on training, advice, and assistance activities at the security level ministries in the country's institutions and among the senior ranks of the army and police. RSM takes a more peaceful method of conflict resolution. NATO countries also help support Afghanistan operations financially. Another international community that is heavily involved in Afghanistan is the US. Although the US is part of NATO and assisted in the NATO missions previously mentioned, they are also heavily involved in the war against the Taliban. On October 8, 2001, almost a month after the tragic attacks on 9/11, the US began bombing Taliban forces in Afghanistan. The main purpose was to kill the person behind the 9/11 attacks. On May 1, 2011, Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, who was responsible for the 9/11 attacks, was killed by US forces. It was the death of America's primary target for a war that started 10 years ago. After this, Obama wanted to end the war and called for peace talks between the Taliban and the United States. However, once Donald Trump became president, he decided to call off these peace talks. Throughout the course of the Afghanistan war, Afghanistan's state sovereignty has been completely violated. Countries and groups involved in the war, such as NATO countries, have acted with complete disregard for Afghanistan's sovereignty. They crisscross in and out of the country freely, arresting and even killing whomever they please.